What's up, everybody? It is Friday, September 6th. Here is the one trade that I took today. It was a nice 1 to 2.5 risk to reward, basically, for rounding it. So initially, when we came into the market this morning, I came in with a bearish bias, mainly because, we've just been dropping consistently, right? We're just coming down and coming down and coming down. And then we had this 4-hour fair value gap right here, which we tapped once and twice, and then we started to displace below this low, which showed to me that we wanted to continue to move on down towards these two drawn liquidities that I had right there. One of them was a swing low here on the 1 hour, I believe, and then this was the second draw that I had right there where we kind of stalled at. Now, this morning we did have news in the pre-market, and that news did push us up, right? So I did mark out this level saying that if we had a 15-minute close above, I wanted to be bullish. And so when I came in after that, I saw, I was thinking maybe we are going to be bullish, but the only thing that kind of had me a little tripped up was the fact that the news did not take out the low and we displaced higher. And here we kind of have like accumulation, manipulation on up. So I was thinking, all right, we might drop. Let's just take a look at what the 1 minute time frame gives us at the open. So here at the open, we get a what's it called? We consolidated here from 9 to 922, 923, and then we started to manipulate on down. So I figured, okay, we're gonna move on up, and if we want to move on up, I want to see a close above this 1 minute fair value gap right here. If we fail to get that and we start to move on down, and that was me thinking around this time right here. If we continue to move on down, I'll start to entertain shorts because of the reaction, of no kind of continuation on up. So at 9:45, I noticed that we started to close very close back into this inversion fair value gap, where I figured we were going to end up losing it. But I also took a look at the 15-minute time frame to notice that we had a 15-minute fair value gap right there. And that 9:45 to 10 o'clock candle, I wanted to see if that was going to end up printing below it. But I entered preemptively just because that failure to, close above this 1 minute fair value gap right there was just starting to stick out to me a little bit. I was like, all right, that's kind of not normal for it to do that if it really wants to move on up. So I started to move back on down. I saw that we ended up getting a inversion fair value gap right there. So after this candle closed, I market ordered in on the next one, put my stop above that high, and I was targeting that draw on liquidity. So if that was going to fail me, which I think it wasn't, because on the higher time frame at the time, it was bearish, and we were failing to continue moving on up. We started to get this rejection back down at the distribution time. Just seemed kind of pushing towards more shorts, because we were not bouncing off of this inversion fair value gap with enough force to even create an inversion fair value gap here, a prominent one. If you look, there's no fair value gaps in this area here. The only one that was right here, and we failed to close above that. We got a nasty wick above, and that was it. So it kind of just pointed to me that we were going to continue moving on down. So I had limited time because I took this trade before I actually started driving. And so I just took the trade, and then I started heading on home. I was out this morning, and when I got home, I saw this. So I took 2 off there because I was in some good profit at that point. And then the remainder, I just left it. I was considering, when we were here, I was considering, all right, should I move my target to down here? Because that would have been a 1 to 4.27, much better risk to reward. But, I also had a busy morning with my job. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get out there once it taps into that. And it did like at 10:28. And I was going to call it a day. But overall, that was so good. If you look, that was like half of the move, kind of. If I had put this as my other target, that would have been amazing too. But regardless, I came out green today, and that's what matters. And this week has been a tough week. I will admit, it was a little tougher than usual to understand the direction some days. It was very choppy some mornings. So if you survived this week, it's the first week of September. If you survived it, congratulations. That's awesome. But don't beat yourself up. It was definitely tough. Today was a lot cleaner, that's for sure. But yeah, I hope you guys ended up green today. Nice risk to reward trade there. And we'll crush it next week, guys. So see you next time. Peace.